Can't believe summer's over already. Just some house rules. Make sure your cell phones are silenced, please. If there is anybody in Hollywood Square land online, please make sure your computers are muted. The, let's start with roll call, starting from my left.
I am Ian Taylor.
Kristen Linder, Commissioner.
Amy Wanty, Commissioner.
Angelo DeFazio, Commissioner.
Richard Carberry, Commissioner.
Debbie Chisholm, Commissioner.
Samples Board Administrator.
Welcome, everyone. Today we have a special announcement. The Board of Pharmacy, the Commission of Pharmacy has always had a tremendous relationship, obviously, with drug control and with its directors. I've been lucky enough to work with John Gadea and then a great relationship with Rod Marriott. And Rod Marriott has moved on to another position. And we do have a new director to announce. And he happens to be in-house today. So I'd like to announce our new director, Troy Ruff, for drug control. Welcome. I have a few words to say. Hello, Mr. Director. Good morning.
I just want to stop by and say hi to everybody. I appreciate the, wishes here. We continue to have that relationship. I hope we continue it. My door is always open for you both. Guys need it. Feel free to reach out to me. Any questions for me or anything?
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
what's your cell phone number?
I'm doing it. All right, but I'll talk to you guys also.
Welcome aboard and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Troy. All right. Believe it or not, our agenda is only 3 pages today, so we could have you in and out pretty quickly today. So let's begin with new pharmacy applications, please. Commissioner Carberry, Commissioner Chisholm, if you'd step down. New Hampden Pharmacy. Is New Hampden Pharmacy here? Maybe they're stuck in traffic. New Hampden Pharmacy in Hampden? No? All right, let's move on to Shelton Pharmacy here. Oh my God. This is gonna be ask me. Shelton Pharmacy is not here either? No one wants to, does anybody want to open up a pharmacy? Names available.
Exactly.
Obviously, they could be late though, because I know driving in. All right, let's go. There's no legal today, so that shortens it up. So let's go to first-time managers. All first-time managers come on up and line up in front of me.
First time managers.
The table.
I'm apologizing ahead of time. I'm probably going to butcher these names, so just call out your name and let me know if you're here, okay? Anhar Shannon Eldasubi.
Yeah.
Southgate.
You're right the first time.
Okay, great. Joseph Filippone. Welcome, Joe. Brian Sandy. That's an easy one. Thank you. Tiffany Tang. That's also easy. Thank you, Tiff. And Lauren Trahan. Welcome. And so no one else, right? There was that one absent. So here in Connecticut, we call you before the board. Not every state does that, but we believe it's really important to just get some points across. I can't possibly go over all your responsibilities as a manager. So you will attest to me that you'll go on the Connecticut webpage at Drug Control. There's a great section there of frequently asked questions for first-time managers. You should really look that over. But I'm going to go over some of the things that typically on inspections, they rear their ugly head, and some of the things that you should pay attention to while you're behind the counter, okay? We know that workplace environment can get really, really hectic. We understand that. We've lived it. Everyone sitting here has lived that atmosphere. So an efficient manager stays on top of things, follows, and uses all the laws that have been written to your advantage to keep it as efficient as possible back there are the ones that usually are the most successful. So I'm just going to touch on some of the things that we see out there. What's the minimum number of hours pharmacy manager must work? 35, correct. Now during COVID, we had some waivers to that, but that's all gone now. I know our inspectors, our drug control agents have done inspections where they thought that may have been extended. That's not the case. Minimum 35 hours a week. Expirations. make sure your pharmacy technicians' licenses are up to date. Just digitally, you can put it into your phone, so it pops up, hey, check so-and-so's license, make sure your CEs are up to date, make sure your staff pharmacist license are up to date. I often tell the story of a pharmacist who didn't renew their license, but kept continuing filling scripts, and there was a misfill. And once the insurance company found out that pharmacist wasn't licensed, they clawed back all those prescriptions. And then they told all the other insurance companies, and they clawed back all those prescriptions. Even though they were all filled correctly, he wasn't a licensed pharmacist in the state. So make sure that you keep track of your Cs. How many credits do you need every year? How many live?
5.
How many law? And it's a fiscal year, January. No, I should say fiscal. In Connecticut's June to June is fiscal. It's a calendar year, January 1 to December. We used to do it every 2 years, but people thought they could do 30 credits on last December in the second year. That's not the way it works. It's 15 per year. So now it's on a yearly basis. Tech ratio is another place that, we've seen drug control agents have to write up pharmacies. What are the tech ratios? 1. Or if they're
Certified.
and you can go to 4 to 1 if you have a licensed certified immunizing tech. And you can do that from September to the end of March. Correct. So you can go up to 4 to 1. There is a new advanced tech regs that are being written as we speak, we hope. So in the future, not right now, but in the future, there may be a 5 to 1 ratio at times if these advanced tech regs ever get written. Diversion, something we don't want to talk about, but it happens. If there's an issue where your count is off, or how long do you have to report it? 72 hours, even if it's just one tablet. You must report it within 72 hours. 72 hours because you may find it, it could be a partial, but you have to report up to 72 hours. And it's important to keep up with your inventories. Make sure you're doing your biennials. Make sure you're doing balancing or reconciling on a monthly basis your inventories. That's important because if there is ever a question, or if there is diversion, it's very difficult to go backwards without an accurate count where to start. Believe me, it's a real big issue. And if you have robotics, I don't know if anyone has any counting machines or robotics, and make sure that they're calibrated correctly. We had a case a few years ago where there was a robot, and I have robots in my pharmacies. I had 3 of them. And where this one particular pharmacy was 10,000 tablets off. They had a scheduled drug in the robot, and the platter was spinning too fast. It wasn't counting correctly. And it was screaming because the technology tells you, I'm not counting correctly, please check. And nobody checked. Well, they were over dispensing tablets. So make sure that if you're using counting machines or robotics, that it's calibrated and you're working correctly. PMP, make sure you're checking your PMP. And make sure that your diabetic products are properly coded so they show up in PMP. In case a patient needs it at another pharmacy and a pharmacist wants to dispense insulin or syringes or test strips, they know what that's the whole idea behind it. So we come across that some diabetic products aren't labeled correctly and that pharmacy system isn't picking it up to report it to PMP. So make sure that you keep an eye on that. Misfills. No one likes to talk about it, but it happens. Just make sure you don't sweep it under the rug. Fill out a quality report. Notify everyone, healthcare professionals, patients, your crew. Find out why it happened, if there's something you can do to correct it so it doesn't happen again. We used to keep a misfill, a near miss notebook where if we caught it, we wrote it down. And it actually helped us because we had one technician that kept making mistakes and we found out that the technician was dyslexic. So they were having a tough time with label. Naturally, they never filled scripts again, right? But the near misses, by keeping track of it, it gave us a clue on what was happening. So just some food for thought out there. I can't believe I have to say this, but it's happened. If a drug control agent comes into your pharmacy, you must allow them into the pharmacy. Now, you possibly can't know all the drug control agents. So by all means, ask for identification. Let me see your credentials. But once they prove they are who they are, you can't say, well, you can't come back. You got to come back tomorrow. You know, my boss isn't here or whatever. You must let them in. I'm only bringing it up because unfortunately it has happened. Closings. I think it's gotten a little quieter, but there was a rash of early closings and just pharmacies closing period. You must report that to us. Don't leave it to someone else. If many of you are working for large chains, make sure you do it. Make sure it's getting done. Double check it because there's a continuum of care there. You have to let the patient know where they can get their prescription. What if you filled it, it's sitting in your will call, and they go to another pharmacy to get it filled, and they have insurance and it pops up filled somewhere else, right? So, there's rhyme and reason why we need to know, and you have to set up protocols in case you have to close early or actually close period. I spoke a little bit about record keeping. Make sure you stay on top of it. We've encountered on some of our inspections really disorganized, disheveled pharmacies. And we're starting to find those pharmacies. So stay efficient, keep it clean, make sure your prescriptions are put away correctly, make sure your inventories are done. Like I said before, an efficient pharmacy is an accurate pharmacy. Pharmacy tech manual, make sure you continually fill that out. Give yourself a little digital schedule. Make sure my pharmacy, my tech, it's something that the drug control agents come in and look at, and very often it shows up in inspection that it wasn't kept up to date. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Commissioner Inguante to speak to you about the MedWatch program.
Thank you, Chairman. So congratulations on your leadership position. That's exciting. As you can tell from the spirit of all this, we just want you to be able to be the best you can be. And one of those things we like to talk about is the FDA MedWatch program. And this is something you can sign up for to receive the push email, so you don't have to go to the website searching for things. But it'll keep you current on any recalls, precautionary, watch out things, reports from the field that have impacted either the patients or again, causing a change in practice. So this is just another tool for your toolbox. I would just like to remind you that that's out there. It looks like most of you are working for large chains, and I'm sure they have policies and ways that they'll share information with you. But at the end of the day, it's your license and your responsibility. So you want to make sure that you stay current on everything.
Thank you, Commissioner Martin. Name tags, I forgot to mention name tags. Make sure your technicians have name tags. Make sure your clerks are certified and they have the name tags. Really important. Make sure your clerk's not doing tech, because I'm telling you, when you do that, that's when the drug control agent walks in the door. So also, I want to talk to you a little bit about the Haven Health Program. You probably see it on your license. Check this, or a portion of your goes to Haven Health. If you know of a pharmacist that is impaired or has burnout, maybe mental health issues, substance abuse, it's completely anonymous, completely confidential. It's there for pharmacists and pharmacist interns. So it's there just for us, the Haven Health Program. It's a really worthwhile thing. If you know of anyone, or if you're feeling that you need some help, completely confidential, and it's there for pharmacists and pharmacist interns. And with that, I'll just leave you, join associations, join your association. Nathan's not here, but I know Julian is from the CPA, but Rick and I were involved for many years, still are. Join the Connecticut Pharmacists Associations, join APHA, join NCPA, join if you have a specialty, oncology or pediatrics, and there's a pharmacist association for that, join it. I can't tell you the advocacy that the associations have and everything that I've learned over the years just by being involved as part of the associations. So please join. And with that, I'll just say, do no harm, use good judgment, and remember that state policy will always supersede company policy. Any questions for us, or commissioners, any questions for these young, eager managers? Drive safely, guys.
Wait,
Take care.
Chairman, just to, you want to talk about the new pharmacy manager requests. That
Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you, Gina. So there's, in the past, you just sent an email that says, oh, I want to be on the agenda. Well, now there is a form, a request form that needs to be filled out. You guys kind of, did they bypass it or they grant,
No,
did they do it?
yes,
They were part of that, okay. But going forward, and just for the record, so everyone knows, an email is not going to get it done anymore. The email may get a link to this form, but you have to fill out the form in order to request to be on the agenda. Because we've had issues where people have shown up, well, I sent an email, well, the email wasn't opened or it was late. We have cutoffs. This form is going to take that away. Okay? Thank you, Gina. Yes, sir.
Is that form available online or?
Yes. Yes, it is on.
it's under the pharmacist license credential.
Okay.
So just be mindful that even though the pharmacy district manager may send an email to request, but it is under your license, the pharmacist license credential, and that is where you need to request it.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a great day. Thanks so much. All right, let's go back to the top of the agenda and see if anyone's around.
Yes, Hampton Pharmacy is New Hampton.
New Hampton Pharmacy. Fantastic. Yeah, use it forever. Yeah, come on up. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no problem. Mohammed. Mohammed, could you raise your right hand for me, please? You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, I do.
Is there any position ownership or any ownership in the pharmacy from a healthcare provider that has prescriptive authority in the state of Connecticut? Is there any sterile or non-sterile compounding that's going to take place?
No.
And will there be a computer system or point of sale system that has HIPAA patient information that's going to sit outside the licensed pharmacy area? Very good. And you attest you'll follow all zoning.
Yes.
Thank you. Shelton,
Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming.
Shelton, come. Shelton Pharmacy.
Teach me. Some.
No, right now, like, no, it's perfect.
Perfect time.
Yeah, but yeah, so you just show it through.
Fun. Oh. I go, I'm not gonna make access. Section.
He's wearing.
Any students? Any students?
We lead this. Prescription coming.
Yes. Never graduated.
Save. Save. So it's, you know, that. Now, of course, the thing here. Owners. It's going to be. It's to the back. Restroom and the restroom only. That's right there.
Yeah, short agenda.
Standard. Retail.
Oh, okay. Went to this.
Years. And I'm supposed to know. Take this over. So I'm. See what then I want to, in the future, maybe. See what I'm saying? Those special.
Yeah.
Now. It's just tough. You know. Just small falls. Let's ask. Prescriptions rise.
I can't.
We need a scavenge more stock.
I never knew what it meant. So features. Yeah. I was just.
Nothing. It's just a location. Expands.
The kids, but Kevin's grown people used to be, that is true. So much.
Yeah.
But I strictly, you know, I don't. I got beat back. First time to it. Yes. Things. You see, I was very much last time playing your very. And well, I know I switched from that.
Yeah, it's got
Just like winners.
I could see it now. Yes.
That's what about it. Then I had to come in.
No, no, you're fine.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. He does that.
That's really
Yeah. Right.
idea.
Yeah, no, everything here, they're gonna see this drawing.
Yeah, it looks like it. Girl, my gosh, this is a great game. I'm like, why are you showing me? Okay, I'm sorry.
She's so sweet.
I love it.
You have motion sensors as well?
Yes.
Okay. There's material. This advice. Right. Sure. Definitely have. Every slide.
Actually, did not hear. I like to keep my.
It's not a page, and I talked a little bit on it.
I mean, branch, we don't need this, like, oh, there's all that stuff in there. In case. If they're that day, or technicians goes in and see.
I'm here for arts and crafts. Your creative side taking it. Okay.
Very important. Like breaks in.
Now that I'm into the balance, I can look at the art and craft and create it.
So.
Like you see. I want to see testing to make the thing. Now. That is easy. Yeah.
Well, I'm using this.
I do have it works. I try to get my marker. Cell phone. Maybe I'm so much.
If something does not work, you just get a notification like that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. It's so bad.
Once you do that, science.
Use. I know the ratings and stuff like that.
Yeah, like a secondary.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
Devontae.
I'm not sure, but it was one of the times.
Is that what it is? I was like, she talked to me.
He's a man. I would just recommend.
Not one.
He was. This is my suggestion. Let's suggest. Well, that's what like a lot of us have. He was. Okay. Like none of the greatest hope we had. Yeah, he was
All about traffic here. I'm just gonna cock it. But I figured there's no way to get around it.
Well, that's just not right. I mean, I look at the public. You know, you're gonna operate, you're gonna get a inspection, but. I'm gonna go. Daughter plays soccer. There's not even Saturday.
Interested in whatever. So I got.
Where'd your daughter go?
Manhattan.
Oh,
But I was
I
like,
said.
oh, I'm sure, yeah, real tough. We have to have a member for every softball coach.
Oh, okay.
So it's nice.
Sharing.
So if she forgets. So it's nice to have.
My mind actually, I wanted to.
Yeah.
His son, oldest son's in
Better.
the business.
So he's fine. I get it. Like, I'm not gonna hang around this.
Yeah, yeah, no. Yeah, I have family.
Maybe he's like sharing it for other people to not, yeah, but I just thought it was a coincidence to that.
Just double check my.
I'm under the investment.
I laughed, I'm sorry, it's funny.
Actually, he's the quite a mysterious.
But he's still. What's, or maybe he's.
So I ended up seeing her first name and I never. We kind of had the expectation that I could. And then I was there, so I got to see her first. Time. So it was rolling.
That's nice.
Yeah. Well, it sort of hit. Usually hits the phone. Outfield. Caught it. I said, hey, I don't care. Well, it wasn't a. You got good.
Yeah.
Even a strikeout.
Get the snap.
Exactly,
Got it.
exactly. And I even thought.
Yeah, I'm just.
Great swing.
Someone had to. There's no. Probably like.
Me and him. She hit the fence.
At any time.
Yeah, it was. Even they.
Because I felt off the tree, but I was like, obviously, so that's where he's me. Wow. So kind of.
Yeah, that's the first one we started. 687 or 30.
But I try to give that space and knowing it's not gonna be. It's very. It's not just.
Oh, I want you.
Someone like after the second 30.
But.
Yeah. I'll show you. Yes. I didn't even say this number. Name, okay?
Yeah, Joe, that. 34. That's me, 8:30. I think go to, I went over.
Oh, I'll tell you in a minute, my friend, don't worry.
Sam.
Okay.
It's no legal. It's regular. You can take that.
No.
And that's it.
Where did we go?
It's free. Okay. These are other.
That's what I was thinking. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I can give you.
But no other much.
Definitely didn't translate.
Yeah. So they're. Make a boss. Okay. Thanks. Okay.
Thank you. Right.
Right.
Or give you. But it's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try Shelton. Oh, I don't think we're here.
Audience.
Last call. Shelton, one more time. Shelton Pharmacy. See you next month.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they get out of start.
On the matter of new pharmacy applications, New Hampton Pharmacy, what is your pleasure?
Motion to approve as presented.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstentions. All right, let's go. Quiet down. Thank you. All right, let's move on to reciprocity interview candidates. Commissioner Linder.
Chairman. So this month we had a total of 10 reciprocity candidates. I did have a chance to review the application this morning and all to be in order. So with that, I will make a motion to approve of all applications as presented.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstentions, so moved. Very good. Moving on. Request for new non-resident pharmacy applications. Commissioner Guante.
Thank you, Chairman. You all have the detailed report Gina emailed you with my recommendations. Again, kind of back to some of our usual stuff. Some inspections for sterile compounding needed to be submitted, inspections for non-sterile. So those you'll see nothing out of the ordinary with those applications. We did have a couple that were so old that Gina is going to have them reapply because their applications are more than a year and a half old. And so even their pharmacy licenses have expired. Everything is, kind of timed out. And basically the cause of that is we were waiting on additional information, which they never sent to us. So
In that case, Commissioner, do they fill out the form again and pay a fee all over again?
yes,
So the fee basically expires.
nobody,
Okay, I'm just curious.
yeah, but that's after repeated requests for
Okay.
additional information. Yeah. So that is that on the new non-resident applications.
All right, we're good. I'll take a motion on each one since they're all
Okay.
different. And do I have a motion to approve the request for resident pharmacy applications? Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstention, so moved. Now Commissioner Nguante, request for new non-resident pharmacy application, non-resident applications with additional information.
So all of these you've seen before. And at this point in time, I'm recommending that we approve all. We were waiting for the Texas Board of Pharmacy to confirm that they were approved for operations. They were confirmed. The Super Saver Pharmacy doing business as Rush. We were waiting for their 795 NABP inspection, which they sent along. And then the Wedgwood, they were approved for both 795 and 800. They used a different organization for their survey. It's called the Gates Corporation, and they were approved earlier this month. So all three of those were recommending that we.
Any questions for Commissioner Nguante? Hearing none, I'll accept the motion to approve non-resident applications with the additional information. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstentions, so moved. Commissioner Nguante, non-resident request for non-sterile compounding.
Yeah, so actually, two here, Honeybee Health wanted to do non-sterile and they submitted their inspection 795 and for 800 for hazardous drug. So they are in good shape, recommending that we approve them. HRX actually requested to have both sterile and non-sterile added. They did provide the non-sterile, the 795, but they still owe us the 797. So we can approve only at this time just for non-sterile. And then if they send along the rest, then we'll or talk about it.
And we can do that, right? to approve one.
Yeah, well, I figured it's better to split it, so at least if they want to go forward with their non-sterile, they have everything from us for that.
Thinking back to last month's cases, let's make sure they know that 797 has not been approved. So they don't send things, make that very clear. Okay, any questions for Commissioner Guante? Hearing none, I'll accept a motion to approve the non-resident request for non-sterile compounding as presented.
So moved.
Do I hear a second? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstentions, so moved. Moving on to miscellaneous matters, the NABP MPJE updates. Commissioner Guante and Commissioner Linder. Why don't you start, Commissioner Guante?
Just last week, Commissioner Linder, myself, and then Agent Rachel Brown, we completed the state-specific review and pre-test item selection for the MPJE. And this is something that we do every year at this time. And what it involves is a complete review of our entire scope of all questions in our data bank and all new questions that were written back in March across the whole country. And we determine if any of those can be used and added to our data bank. I just totaled up, in total, the three of us reviewed 3,338 questions. And we're just so grateful to have the partnership with drug control, with Agent Brown, and then Commissioner Linder and myself.
Yes,
Anything to add?
very happy for the collaboration because it is, quite a number of questions to review, but. I think-
1,100 each. What's the problem?
Overall, I think it was successful.
Oh, my God.
And as a footnote, every single thing that Chairman DeFazio reviews with the first-time managers is part of the test. So it's validating to see that, we don't waste any time here. It's always time well spent. So,
We don't need a vote on this. It's just an update, but
right.
I could be wrong, but it seems to me that students are failing MPJ more often than they have in the past.
Not anymore. Actually, the latest from the Yukon Dean's Advisory Board, the last two cycles, we're back on the upswing. So, and again, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that drug control has done a great job putting the law book online. The newest law book is updated to May of 2025. So it's very current. Also, the drug control website is amazing. The homepage has every single new pharmacy law that we're responsible for knowing about. So I think there's better tools to better prepare the students. So yeah, so they're back on the upswing.
Thank you, Commissioner Guante. Thank you, Commissioner Linder. Thank you, Agent Brown. I know it's, thank you very, very much. Believe it or not, the last item on the agenda, hopefully everyone had a chance to look at last month's minutes, if there's any omissions, corrections that need to be made. Hearing none, I'll accept a motion to accept the commission meetings for August the 27th of last month. I hear a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment. Do I hear a second? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstentions. Thank you, everyone. Short and sweet today. Thanks. All right.
Like this.
Seven minutes.
Yeah.
I think that was
That one front of
Send me, get it.